Being on YouTube can be tough. Today I'm going to talk about my journey with YouTube, like why did I decide to get on YouTube and how's it been going and how do I feel about it now? I think the first question to answer is why? Why did I decide to make a YouTube channel in the first place? Well, I was getting really into the nitty-gritty of learning about chickens. So I've always had chickens running around in the backyard. They were just there. That's sort of a New Zealand cultural effect. You have chickens in your backyard. But I started to think more about chickens as a species and I wanted more information. So I was going all over the internet. I was on the Backyard Chickens forum. I started to think about breeding chickens and I wanted to expand my flock numbers to use them in my garden system. And I just was really struggling to find good answers to the questions that I had, especially in the video YouTube format. Like a lot of the information was quite basic. It wasn't really what I was looking for. So I decided, well, I've just done this big deep dive. I've got all of this information rattling around in my brain now. Maybe I can make those videos that I was looking for so someone else can learn from what I've learned and some of the mistakes that I've made along the way. It is all well and good to have this idea. I will make videos and put them on YouTube. It's another thing to actually go out and do that. And that was a huge learning curve. First, I had to figure out how to even write a message and deliver it on camera. I had never ever talked to camera before or done any video type format at all. I have written before, but I haven't presented on camera before, so that was scary. And it did take me quite a while to get comfortable with doing that and to even work out how to go from the ideas rattling around in my brain to how to convey that message in a way that you, the viewer, could understand what on earth I was talking about. So it was definitely a learning experience. And then just all of the components of that, like uploading it to the YouTube machine, that kind of stuff. It was a lot to get your head around kind of all at once. As time has gone on and I have put up a lot of videos, I'm definitely feeling a lot more comfortable in front of camera. But there are challenges, actually new challenges for when you've been on YouTube for a while, and that is coming up with ideas on a regular basis to present, to upload, so you have a regular video coming out for the viewers. And that is my current challenge, just keeping on trying to find good ideas to bring to the table. When I was looking at YouTube videos, when I was seeking information for myself at the whole beginning of this little journey, I wasn't finding great content. I was finding a lot of clickbait. I was finding a lot of repetition. People would make the same video over and over again, and that is not something that I wanted to bring to this channel. I wanted to bring new, fresh content. I don't just want to rehash the same things over and over again. So it's challenging to keep coming up with those ideas every single week. The first year of this channel, from first video through the whole period of figuring it all out, was quite a wild ride. I, of course, didn't expect great things in the beginning. I put the videos up, they went okay, wasn't huge views, but that was my expectation. I wasn't expecting to get thousands of views on my first few videos. But there was growth. It seemed like people liked the videos and every video would get a few more views, and that was pretty cool and that felt good. But the YouTube machine can be a fickle beast. And there were multiple times in that first year on YouTube where the traffic would just die away, the views would die away. It seemed like I was shouting out into a void and no one was listening, which makes one start to second guess themselves. You're going, am I not making the right content? Are people not interested in this? Should I change things? And I did try changing some things up. I tried to do some shorts, which I don't love. I don't think that you can convey enough information in a very short format, so I stopped doing that because it wasn't really helping anyway. It was just a case of keeping on, putting the videos up every single week and just waiting to see what would happen. I even tried to start a second channel while this was all sort of going on because I wanted to try something a little bit different. And the thing about the YouTube machine is it doesn't like it when you try to do different things. It likes you to stay in your lane. So I started a second channel all about sort of cooking and things like that, but ultimately decided not to go in that direction because that was going to just split my time and efforts too far, and I really wanted to focus on this Once Upon a Farm channel because chickens are pretty awesome. This channel is now in its second year and things are going pretty well. I am really enjoying having the channel. I'm enjoying doing the videos and feeling more comfortable about doing them. Of course, ideas are always a challenge. So hey, if you guys have ideas about what you want to see, feel free to let me know. But I love the interaction with the community. That's my favorite bit about being on YouTube. I have viewers that will jump in and leave comments on the videos and I recognize their names and we have little back and forth conversations, and that is just a really cool thing to have going on. So that covers why the channel came about and the first year and the second year that I'm in now, and things are going pretty well. But I did want to touch on how much work goes into making these videos. So I so appreciate that you guys are enjoying watching them because they take a lot of work. It is hours of work to bring these videos to you every week. I need to write it, it needs to be hosted, the whole thing has to go through. It is hours and hours for every video. So even if it's just an 8-minute little video that I've thrown up, that represents several hours of hard work going into that every week. And sometimes it can be tricky to try and find time to get that to happen. But I do think it's important to bring this every week for the audience, and I do enjoy it so much. And I so appreciate when people like the videos, share the videos, comment on the videos, because it's a lot of work. And sometimes it can feel like you're just shouting into the void and no one is listening. And it motivates me to keep going when those interactions come back. Sometimes it is frustrating when I've put a huge amount of time into a video and I really like it and I put it up and it just doesn't get that many views. Now, I don't know if that's because people aren't interested or if the YouTube machine just doesn't want to show it to people, which does happen. But sometimes that is something that does bring you down. It does bring me down when I see a video that I've put up that's got hours of work in it that gets only a couple of hundred views, and someone can throw a video up just of any random thing with essentially very little effort and get thousands and thousands and thousands of views. And that can feel bad, but I am committed to keeping on going every week, bringing good content that has taken hours to produce, because YouTube has a lot of stuff on it and not everything is particularly great, and I am committed to bringing great content to the platform. There would be no Once Upon a Farm YouTube channel if not for the audience, you guys watching right now, and I so appreciate that you are watching this. I appreciate those of you who have been along for the ride for a long time, who keep on watching and sharing and liking and commenting on my videos, and I love it when I see someone's name pop up on a comment that I have recognized from a comment from a few months ago. It makes me feel so awesome to know that people are continuing to watch the videos. And without you guys, the audience, there would be no channel. So thank you so much for coming along on the ride. Thank you for watching every week and just being your awesome selves.